Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Favour, Okpaleze, and you're welcome back to another episode of From the Heart with Favour. So today we're going to be gisting. Today is story time. And what is the story about? The story is about a traumatic birth. How do I put it? It is a traumatic birth story, of my first child. Like intro to birthing, intro to giving birth was not funny for me. It was quite traumatic. Anyway, before we dive into the story for today, please make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notifications when I post new videos. And to my returning subscribers, you guys are always welcome. So like I said, today we are going to be gisting. And I know that I'm going to be blabbing a lot. I know I'm going to be talking a lot because in this pregnancy, I have realized that I talk a lot. So please pardon this pregnant lady and let's dive into the video for today.
We prayed for you, now here you are.
So if you do not know, my first daughter is Chisom, and then the second, I have two daughters. One is Chisom, the second is Chinaza. So, intro to birthing, like I said, was quite traumatic. How do we start this? Okay, let us start from 2 days before giving birth to Chisom, which was on not 2 days, 2 days, which was on a Thursday. So I went for antenatal. I carried her to 40 weeks because I gave birth to her at 40 weeks and 4 days. So on Tuesday, I turned 40 weeks and I went to the hospital for antenatal. And the doctor that I met prescribed castor oil. I know that people will be like, castor oil, and you drank it. Okay, so I did not know anything. So I was given castor oil, and the doctor said I should like take the whole bottle of castor oil. I don't even know if I still have it in the house somewhere, but if I do, I will like put a picture. If I see the castor oil that he prescribed, I will actually put the picture here or here. Anyway, so I took the castor oil, went home. But I was now, because in my first pregnancy, I browsed like crazy. Like I was always searching for one thing or the other concerning pregnancy, concerning the baby and all. So I just didn't feel relaxed taking the whole bottle. So I said, let me check it up. Let me check what this castor oil does to the body and all that, how it's going to help me, what exactly it does to help induce labor, because it was given to me to induce labor. Meanwhile, I had already done a sweep, membrane sweep, as they would call it. Anyway, so when I saw a lot of negative reviews, that was like, and they told me to take it. I said, okay. But he said I should take the whole bottle. My mind did not agree. I just took half the bottle. And I didn't take it on Tuesday. I took half the bottle on Wednesday. And it didn't really kick in until Thursday morning. From Thursday, the whole of Thursday, I was having serious diarrhea, like serious diarrhea. And it got to a point that I was weak. There was nothing else to expel from the body, because what else? What else? So fast forward to Friday, the diarrhea had decreased, like quite a lot. The diarrhea had decreased, and I actually made a complaint to our doctor, and he gave me a pill to take to stop the diarrhea. But I also learned that for for the child to come, it has to also come, that the baby can come with diarrhea. I was like, wait, I want to get this baby out of me, like now, and you're giving me what to stop the baby from coming. That was my thinking. Do you understand? So I didn't take that drug. But anyway, I went home and stayed at home and was doing my thing. And then I noticed that the baby was not really active. I just realized that, okay, This baby has not been active. This is a very active baby, but this baby is not active right now. Like for the whole day, I've noticed that this baby is not active. So I called my husband, and my husband was like, I should call my mom. Let me so that I get her opinion. I called my mom. My mom was like, that is not normal. I should start heading to the hospital. So my husband called the doctor. He was like, we should start. He also said the same thing my mom said, that we should start heading to the hospital. So when we got to the hospital, we met a doctor, explained everything from top to bottom to the doctor, and sorry, Braxton Hicks. Okay, so after seeing the doctor, he recommended that we go for scan, and this was in the night already. This was like around say past 7. So um, the scan guy was called back to the hospital, and we did the scan. He asked me, "Did you notice any liquid coming out from your body?" Basically, he was telling me that the amniotic fluid, like the he was trying to know if my water broke before then. I told him no, I didn't notice anything. That was when I told him that I had diarrhea the day before. So I don't know if during the whole episode the water kukuma come out. So he was like, the reason why he's asking me is that the amniotic fluid was terribly low. That was probably the reason why I've not been feeling the baby moving, and that I should that we should tell the doctor. Basically, I should tell the doctor that he recommends that I be induced. He still called the doctor to tell him that I should be induced. So before the whole plenty, trying to get me ready and all that, it was now, by the time I was induced, it was say past 10. By the time labor started, it was to 11, like say 10:30 to 11 kind of time. And I remember that the only thing I took from, like, I think from afternoon, the only thing I took was just a can of malt. So when the labor started, it started like, small, it started small. After 30 minutes, the labor kicked in like mad. Like, the labor didn't kick in like, that kind of, after 30 minutes you have contractions and all. Nah, this was like a back-to-back contraction. The contraction was serious. The contraction was like it didn't give me a break. Like, before the one that I am shouting for does, another one comes, and I have low pain tolerance. Like, really, my tolerance for pain is really, really low. So my mom was like, because my mom had already come to the hospital, she was like, I should calm down. That the way this contraction is going, that I'm going to be giving birth, say around 3 o'clock. I looked at her and was like, are you seeing the time? It is after 11. And you're telling me that the way this is doing, that it is going to be like 3 o'clock. I thought, do you know how many hours? Do you know how many hours that is? So being under this kind of pain till that time, I could not fathom it. But crazy enough, when we got to 3 o'clock, I looked at my mom and was like, is this not 3 o'clock? It was so bad that I was crying and asking my mom if I was the only one that was laboring, because we were in the labor ward. And I told her, others, like, their own comes and they have a breather, and before another one comes. Why is my own like treating me like this? So everybody was calling. My sister was calling. My dad was calling. My grandma was calling. At a point, and they would call. They would say they would request for the phone to be given to me. At a point, I warned. Not like a disrespectful kind of warning, but like respectfully, I respectfully warned my mom not to give me the phone. I don't want to answer anybody's call. You people should rest. Because I did not know what was happening to me, or what, I don't know. I didn't know what was doing me and what I was doing. You understand? After, the crazy thing is, I had practiced the whole breathe in, breathe out. My mom would be saying, "Don't shout, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in." I will try, it is not working, and I keep saying it that till today. I don't know how. So I don't know how the hair that I packed still remained intact even after I finished giving birth. I don't know how. I don't know how. After everything I had gone through that night, and this continued. I didn't. This continued until to 9, sorry, after 8. That after they would come and check you to see if you have dilated. And it seems like at a point that it was like I was stuck at 6 c.m., like nothing was moving. Nothing was moving. 6, I was the one that was requesting, please come and check me. Like, uh, anyway, so the labor or the contractions happened from that to 11 till like around after 8. I was now when they were about to check me again, they checked me and I was 10 cm dilated. It was now time to push the baby. That was where the next level of the struggle entered. Now I have shouted all my strength away. There is no strength to give birth to this baby. Like they would be telling me to push, and it would be sounding like they are speaking Latin. I did not understand what they were telling me to do. Like, and then see, if you meet a very patient nurse, be grateful to God, especially in Nigeria. The nurse that was supposed to attend to me was not the one that attended to me, because she was quite impatient. Like the other nurses, like got her out of the way and had to be doing their thing. So, my brethren, that was how my mom would come. My mom would come in. She would beg, and I understand why she was so distressed and crying and stuff. Oh, I did not even mention. Now that I mentioned distress, at a point while I was contracting, during the labor, the baby's heart rate skyrocketed. So it was even later that my mom told me that the doctor had to get my husband to almost sign a consent form for CS before they called the chief. The chief was like, they should give me, I think, a saline, what is it called? Is it injection? Not injection. Saline drip. Yeah, I think a saline drip or something like that, to know if it will tame the baby's heartbeat. But if it does not tame the baby's heartbeat, I would be like wheeled to the theater for CS. But thankfully, after the saline something kicked in, the baby's heart rate normalized back to where I want, back to where I was before I remember this point. So my mom was so distressed because she lost her sister, from, how do I put it? She lost her sister passed away as a result of giving birth, and it was something like what I was going through at that point. So she was like, the way she was praying, she was shouting, she was crying. My dad was also in the hospital at that point, because like he came that morning to see how I was doing before he goes about his day. This was on a Saturday at this point. So he came to see how I was doing before he goes about his day. And that was when he met us in that situation, or that was when he met my mom in that situation, because he was not inside the delivery room. So yeah, the he was now coming. All these stories I'm telling now were what I was told later, but I know I was hearing my mom's voice. My dad had to start calming my mom down. My husband, everybody was begging me, was like, your baby's head is we are seeing your baby's head. Just push that baby's head will come out. But like, I did not have the strength. I did not have an iota of strength to push the baby. But thankfully, at the end of the day, we succeeded. We pushed the baby out. We pushed Chisom out. And now the next problem was, I had been given an episiotomy, and the baby also gave me laceration. If you know all these terms, basically there was a tear, and it was not like a minimal tear. The tear, because I was already given a tear, the initial nurse that was supposed to attend to me did not even wait for anything. She just went straight to giving the tear. And then when the baby was coming out, the tear now expanded. Anyway, so yeah, after the baby had been born, I was asked, what is the sex of the baby? I said a girl. They took her out for cleaning. They took her for cleaning and all that. So while they were trying to suture me, I was feeling every single thing. Like when they put the needle in, when they draw the needle, I was feeling everything. So I requested that they give me anesthesia, and they said that they had already given me local anesthesia twice. And I told them that the two of them, I am still feeling it. So I had to they had to wheel me to the mini theater for, what is it called, for general anesthesia, and all that, all this for tear. Like I told you, I have a low pain tolerance. So that, and this, I was not wheeled to that mini theater until after like 30 minutes after giving birth, because there was a lady that had an emergency. I had to wait for them to handle her emergencies, and so basically there was no space. So after the whole general anesthesia thing, by this time, by the time I realized myself, it was to 3 in the afternoon. It was to 3 p.m. in the afternoon, I think, or to 3 after 3 in the afternoon. And then I woke up to the news on Instagram that Favour has given birth. I was like, oh Jesus. Anyway, so I understand that it was pure joy from my family members. So that's that, and the whole everything went on and on. After like 2 days, because we don't discharge on Saturdays, on weekends. After on Monday we were discharged, and another level enters. On Tuesday, I noticed that it seemed like the tear, whatever suture they did with the tear had broken down. So we went to the hospital. I was checked. It was, yeah, it had broken down. They had to like lose everything, start dressing and all. So I had to be going to the hospital every 2 days. So at the point it was every day. After they removed the suturing that was remaining, I was going to the hospital every day for dressing, and then from every day had to shift to every 2 days, and after the whole dressing, I was to be resutured on 26th of December. I cannot forget it, because I remember on 25th of December, I was so distressed as to what I was going to do on the 26th of December. So on 26th of December, I was sutured again, and after 2 days, the stuff broke down again. And this time they used a different material. According to the doctor, they used a different material to suture it, and it still broke down. Basically, I was sutured 3 times, and those 3 times the suture came out after 2 days. So it's like 2 days it comes out. I don't know why, but obviously my body did not want anything like that. And that tear did not heal until after 5 months. It took 5 months to relatively heal, not like completely heal. It took a year plus to heal, or it should take a year plus to heal, but relatively it took 5 months to heal, with the whole breaking down. And I remember telling my husband at some point that I feel myself slipping into depression. And thank God for him. He was like, how can you say that you're slipping into depression? I'm not a child of God. He just spoke life into me that day, because we were coming back from the hospital. So he just spoke life into me that day, and I was encouraged again to keep going on. And till tomorrow, I would say that if I have to go through all that to be able to have my baby, if they say like, will you go through this again for this baby, I will gladly go through it, because I would always say she is worth more than that pain. She is worth more than whatever it is I've gone through. And the truth is, even with the second birth, with the birth of my second daughter, I still had a tear, because she came out forcefully. I still had a tear, but after 2 days again, as it happened with Chisholm's, with the first time, after 2 days it broke down. But this time around, because from the first time, the way it healed, we were now advised to let it heal on its own, no suturing. So this time around, as the thing broke down, my returning to the hospital was because they had to be removing the suture, like one by one. Not they didn't remove everything at once, because there was technical, the medical technical terms. Anyway, so it took like 1 week to remove the whole suturing, and it was not resutured. It was just, so after like 1 week again, after dressing for 1 week, and I had to like micromanage it at home, and it healed on its own. Yeah, I remember when I was pregnant with my second daughter, every time I drive past that hospital, every time I drive past any hospital, in fact, I would remember what I went through with my first. I would be like, oh Jesus. Especially when I was pregnant with my second, I'd be like, oh Jesus. So I'm going to go through this again. I hope I don't go through this again. Like, it was it was not funny. And being that the two of them were not too far apart, like the two pregnancies were not too far apart. Anyway, I don't want this video to be too long. So that is my story. That is my traumatic birth story. You know, I don't know. Some people may be like, how is this traumatic? To me, it was traumatic because trust me, it was not funny. My brothers and sisters in the Lord, it was not funny. I remember one of the nurses telling me, or in your next pregnancy. But while I came to immunize my second daughter, she was like, in your next pregnancy, pray that you don't have it here because obviously your body does not want to be sutured. Well, yeah, in this pregnancy, it's part of my prayer that this baby will not give me tear. Like there will be no tear in this pregnancy. Anyway, I hope this story was coherent. So yeah, that's it, guys. I believe that you enjoyed this story of mine and that you probably learned one or two. So the takeaway from this story should be that you should respect every mother you see, every woman that has given birth to a baby. Respect that one because you don't know what her story is. You don't know what she went through to have that baby. Whether it is CS, like I always say, whether it is via CS or the normal vaginal delivery, none is easy. It is not easy at all, at all, at all, at all. It is the Lord that is keeping us. Like my mom will always say that when the devil is trying to attack a woman and he does not get to her, he would always wait for her for that at that time of delivery because that's so for some people that's like a life and death situation. I've heard a lot of stories that even seem more traumatic than mine, so appreciate every mother around you, appreciate your mother. Anyway, I'll be signing out now, and yeah, I'll be seeing you guys in my next video in this episode, the pregnancy diaries. So guys, don't forget to subscribe if you don't subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notifications when I post new videos, and like this video, share it to people that you think need to hear it. So that's it for today. Bye.